You know, typically I don't really mind if it rains on my car. I mean, I park it outside. I kind of have to accept that it'll get rained on. But I just washed this car today, like literally this morning, and now it's already getting rained on. What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. Today we're going to be talking about the GR Corolla and why you should buy this instead of it. So let's get started, and I'm getting wet. Great. I don't get it. Like a second ago it was downpouring and now it's fine. It's literally like I've been talking now for like 20 seconds. Not a drop of water has fell on me. Okay, now two have, but okay. But that brings us to the first reason why you should buy an Audi TT instead of a GR Corolla, and that's the fact of performance. Now, on paper, these two cars are very different from one another in terms of performance. This car is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, whilst the GR Corolla has a 1.6-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. This car pushes about 220 horsepower according to factory, whilst the GR Corolla is closer to 300. That being said, this car does not feel like 220 horsepower. I've driven a lot of cars in that 220 horsepower range, and I have to say, this car feels closer to, I want to say, 260. Like, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but this feels like in the mid 200s rather than the low 200s, which, yes, is still lower than the GR Corollas, but at the same time, though, is like, it uses the horsepower very well with the transmission, and I know that's going to be a large talking point on this option, is that the GR Corolla comes in manual, whilst the Audi TT does not. It only has a dual clutch transmission. And this is the part where we kind of have to go after Audi a little bit in this case, which is, why didn't you bring a manual 3rd gen TT to the US? You guys have manual TTs. You have a lot of cool TTs that just did not make it to America. You guys have a diesel TT, you guys have a TT RS convertible, and manual 3rd gen TTs. Like, come on, man. Come on, Audi. What are you guys doing? But ranting aside, I still think that, especially if you're considering a dual clutch GR Corolla, this would make a lot more sense. 0 to 60 on this car is about 5.3 seconds, which is about the same as what the GR Corolla offers. So in that instance, it does have similar performance. Along with that, the top speed on the GR Corolla is reported somewhere in the 140s. This is in the 130s with a speed limiter. So in other words, if you remove the limiter, it might be a lot more than 130. Another reason as to why you should consider an Audi TT and not a GR Corolla is the fact that this car, in my opinion at least, it looks a whole lot better than any GR Corolla. As much as you can argue that the GR Corolla is an attractive car, and I have to admit, it does look a lot better than a normal Corolla, it's still a Corolla at the end of the day. It still looks like the same Corolla LE that they've been selling for years now. Versus this car, it's sleek, it's beautiful. I know I've talked about the looks of this car on multiple occasions, but you guys have to agree with me on this. This car looks a whole lot better than the GR Corolla, especially with the yellow paint on this car. But even without the yellow paint, this car still is it just looks mighty attractive. The lines look perfect. It's aged just amazingly. I mean, this is a 2016 for crying out loud. And it's been almost, I guess, 9 years now since this car came out. And it still looks just as attractive as it did on day one. It looks like you could release this in 2025 and have no problems whatsoever. Versus with the Corolla, you can argue, yeah, it looks good, it looks nice, and I mean, I have to admit, Corolla hatchbacks, they do look beautiful in my opinion, but they're still Corollas at the end of the day. Now, another thing to consider when you're comparing an Audi TT to a GR Corolla is the weight. Now, both cars weigh about the same. Like, this car is about 3,100 to 3,300 pounds. The GR Corolla is about 3,200 pounds. So both cars are about the same weight. Obviously, if you go front-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive, the weight will change in that case, and a few other differences like that, such as different engines, that type of thing. But regardless of that, it's still right around the 3,200 pounds that the GR Corolla weighs. So when you compare the two, it does begin to look a lot similar to one another. They're both dual clutch cars, depending on if you go with that or the manual. They're both turbocharged cars. They both weigh in at about 3,200 pounds, and they're both hot hatches. The main difference that we can consider between them, especially right now, is the price. I've mentioned in a few videos that I have paid $20,900 for this car versus the GR Corolla. These cars are incredibly expensive. At one point, I saw a GR Corolla, it was a brand new GR Corolla, go up for $100,000. Now, obviously, this is when they were overinflated and they were just ridiculously high on price, but still $100,000 for a Toyota Corolla. Keep in mind, I could have bought, instead of a GR Corolla at that time, I could have bought a Lamborghini Gallardo, I could have bought an Audi R8, I could have bought in literal supercars instead of a GR Corolla. Now, obviously, the prices have begun to, you know, go down, fall in value a bit, and now they're in the 50s and 40s. But still, though, 40 grand versus 20 grand. In other words, you can buy two of these for the same price as a GR Corolla. Or you can buy a TTS, modify it quite a bit, and get yourself up to even more power than the GR Corolla has. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. The fact that the EA888 is a very moddable platform, which is also the engine in this car, so theoretically you could buy this for 20 grand and put 20 grand of work into this thing instead of buying a GR Corolla. Regardless of that, what my point is that the EA888 is a fairly modifiable platform. I've seen people push crap loads of power out of those engines versus the GR Corolla. Obviously, now as it's a more modern car, they placed a lot more locks on it when it comes to modifications and things like that, especially with all of the stuff going on with Toyota and their reliability problems, such as the 85 mile per hour case, which, oh my God, don't get me started on the 85 mile per hour case. For those of you guys who don't know what the 85 mile per hour case is, essentially, recently, GR Corolla owners have been denied warranty claims after their engines quite literally blew a hole in themselves. And the reason why, not the reason why they're blowing holes into themselves, but the reason why Toyota is denying the warranty claims is because of the fact that the cars are exceeded 85 miles an hour, which is just insane to hear. Like, seriously, Toyota, what are you thinking? You're denying warranty claims, one of which was a warranty claim on an engine with only 23,000 miles on it, which blows my mind. Like, 23,000 miles at over, I mean, well, not all the time, but sometimes over 85 miles an hour. This car, I mean, I've never seen, I guess, the car go past 85 miles an hour. I've seen it up to a certain limit that I'm not going to specify for the sake of my attorney's heart. But this car can comfortably do a good amount of speed. And even in that case, like, there's no holes in my engine. This is the only engine that's been in this car. So, I mean, it's crazy. This is 79,000 miles. I'm sure this car has exceeded 80 miles or 85 miles an hour with the previous owner. So essentially what I'm hearing right now is $40,000 for a Toyota product that could possibly, you know, go boom boom, or $20,000, a lot more reliable engine, because of the fact that, I mean, this car, the EA888H that's in it, that engine has been in a lot of different cars. If you go on Wikipedia, the list of them goes this long. It's insane. This car engine, it ranges from the GTI to the Porsche Macan to this thing to Skodas to Passats to anything that you can realistically think of. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is this engine is so much more reliable than the engine in the GR Corolla, for the fact that, I mean, Volkswagen Group puts this thing in everything. People know how to work on these things. People have spent time with these things. Versus the GR Corolla engine, hello, boom boom, 23,000 miles. That's all I gotta say on that point. Now, the little crash out aside, we're gonna move past that, and I've calmed down a little bit, and we're here to talk about the final point, comparing the GR Corolla to my Audi TT, and that's the interior on this car. Now, the interior on this 2016 Audi TT, in my opinion, has already aged better than on the brand new GR Corolla. For context, here is a photo of a GR Corolla's interior, which it looks decent in my opinion. I think that it's a fairly decent interior. The problem is that the car, I can easily see, especially with that center screen, aging pretty badly. Versus this car, versus the TT, we have nice quilted leather seats right here. We have some nice aluminum work here. Admittedly, in my opinion, some of the materials aren't the best. I mean, it squeaks quite a bit. There's some cheap plastics up here. But I mean, you're telling me that that won't be in the GR Corolla? Along with that, this car does not have any center screen whatsoever. There's no screen down here, nothing like that. It's just the one in this gauge cluster. And in my opinion, I like more how Audi did the gauge clusters back in 2016 versus how Toyota does them in 2025. I've seen this gauge cluster be used in the GR Corolla as well as the GR86. And I mean, I have to say, the GR86, I spent time in one, and I mean, it's all right on the gauge cluster, but I think Audi just does it so much better. I'm sorry. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. But I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I know that's a hot take, but it is what it is. But going back to the interior, my whole point with this is that the materials are a lot nicer in my opinion. They're a lot more comfortable. They are very soft. Now, admittedly, this is a black interior, and so my back is like on fire right now, but we'll move past that for now. It also just has a lot of nice quality parts in it, some bad quality parts, but also parts like, I mean, look at this aluminum. Like, when I move this, you can feel the clicking, you can hear the clicking. It just works so well. I mean, there's aluminum over here. There's a Bang & Olufsen system in this thing versus the GR Corolla. There's a few good parts in that one. There's a few good interior pieces in that one. I'm not going to deny that. But I think the Audi takes it quite a bit. I'm sorry. That's my honest take. And just like that, today's video is in fact over. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. I know a lot of you GR Corolla fans, a lot of you guys are annoyed, which fair enough. I have to admit, fair enough. You're entitled to like the car that you like. And I mean, I'm not saying that the TT is a perfect car either, but yeah, that's my honest take on it. If you disagree with anything I've said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like what you're seeing, leave subscribe. And just like that, I'm out. I'm gonna go keep driving the TT, especially now that the weather's cleared up. Peace.